Keith, really interesting talk. This is the 4th edition of your survey looking into behaviour with Irish shoppers. I was really struck by a couple of points. The first one was that only a quarter of shoppers trust the discount price that they see in the store.
I think that's really important. It drives actually buying behaviour at the minute, because our survey actually came back with really interesting findings around discounting is really important to buying decisions at the minute. But there's a clear message there that at the minute consumers don't trust the discounts that are being advertised.
Is it that's too good to be true, do you think?
I think it's more, are the RRPs being inflated and is there transparency on what the normal price is to then understand how much of a discount they're receiving.
So they're having me on.
I think that's the concern. I think in reality retailers aren't doing that.
No.
I think there's a communication void just in consumers need, or retailers need to educate people and probably be a bit more transparent around their discounts.
Traditionally, Irish retailers have been quite good at communicating and quite good at educating their customers. So that's a bit of a disconnect for me.
I think it's things like as simple as if you take a bottle of wine, for example, where the normal price is advertised as 20 euros and it's half price at 10. Is it ever 20 euros is the question, and whether that's valid or not is another thing.
And obviously in the 4 years, price has always been up there as top, or conversations around price. That'll never really go, will it?
I think at the minute, with what's happening in the economy, I think that's always going to be most important. And Ireland's no different actually to their global counterparts. So when we talk to our global colleagues, price is always the number one thing. And so I don't think it's going to change. Price is always really important, but I think consumers are becoming more kind of savvy, more demanding in that it's not just price. They want the quality, they want the sustainability credentials, and they want something that's built to last.
Moving on, the question about sustainability. I think you said 67% of us have an appetite for sustainability. We want brands to talk to us about sustainability, but actually only 23% actually trust the message we're hearing. That's a big gap difference, isn't it?
I think there is. So I think there's a concern at the minute just around greenwashing generally. Again, it's an information gap because I think most Irish retailers are doing something on sustainability and are trying to do the right thing, both for their business now, but also in the future. I don't think they've done a great job in communicating that and actually getting value for that effort from their consumer. So I think there's just an information gap. I think some of the trust around the information that they're being provided with will be taken care of by some regulations that are coming in over the next 3 to 5 years.
So the message is, guys, you may be doing it, but you've got to tell the story and really drive it and really push it.
And there's no point in doing it and not getting credit for it or not getting value from it. You need to make it work for the business.
As you've been looking at this for the last 4 years, anything that this year surprised you as unusual?
The one thing that surprised me actually was the preference for shopping centres. And just the preference for that rather than city centres or high streets. And I think it's something that I think our planners, I think retailers in general need to really think about. So how do we get people back to the high street, back to city centres? Hopefully some of the city centre is taken care of by people actually being back to the office a bit more, and there's a bit more footfall around, say, Grafton Street. But that's certainly something that surprised me, that clear preference for having a shopping experience and a physical shopping experience in a shopping centre.
Finally, just put you on the spot if I may, what would you say in a word was the mood of retailers at the moment?
I'd say cautious optimism. I think given everything that's gone on over the last few years, they've had to be very agile and they've had to change a lot over the last number of years. I think there's an expectation that change will continue. Not quite sure what it might be, but I think the experience over the last couple of years will stand them in good stead and they'll be ready for whatever comes next.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Nice to meet you.
No problem. Nice to meet you too.